Everybody, it's Glenn. I received my CATRA figure today, part of Matty Collector's Masters of the Universe Classics line. I've been collecting this line for over a year now. I don't buy every month's figures because, like I've said before, I'm not really a completist collector. If I collect a line, I tend to pick the characters I like and the good sculpted figures. I've never really felt the need to collect every figure in a series. It's just not the kind of collector I am. But in fact, recently I've always been a Master of the Universe fan since I was a kid. If we were out toy shopping and I saw a new Master of the Universe figure, I would literally pull on my mum's arm until her shoulder was dislocated in an effort for her to get it to buy me, which she often did because I was just one of those spoiled brats, I'm afraid. So I collected them when I was a kid. Along with my friend down the street. Between the two of us, we pretty much had every figure there was to have. Vehicles, Castle Grayskulls, the whole shebang. We were the envy of the neighbourhood, the two of us. And then when 2002 rolled around and the new animated series came out, I also collected those figures. And then when Matty introduced this Master of the Universe Classics line, I am now collecting those too. In fact, at first I didn't know how much steam Matty would collect with this line, but it seems like there's no stopping them. The line just gets bigger and bigger with kind of more expansive offerings from, beasts and large-scale 12-inch figures, and it's kind of gathered such esteem that I've recently decided to give up my 2002 series He-Man figures. I've actually sold most of them on eBay by now, and before I did that, I did make a video as a kind of to commemorate them. Took some really nice pictures of them for myself and to share with you guys. I will place a link somewhere on the screen here so you can check out those figures. They are awesome figures, and me selling them is not saying that the Master of the Universe Classics line is better. It's just there's only space for so much, and this is an ongoing concern, whereas those figures, it's finite. I collected them all. I enjoyed them for a number of years. I'm now enjoying collecting these, and unfortunately, the living circumstances I'm in, I'm lacking space, and I just can't have the space to keep everything, I'm afraid. So, it is give and take with collecting with me. Anyway, so here is CATRA. Let's, you're probably more than bored of looking at this white mailer box by now. Let's open her up. And there she is. I have been so excited about getting this figure that I've been constantly carrying clean underwear with me because I've been on the verge of sex weeing every time I think of having CATRA here in my hands. Finally I have her. She looks amazing. So happy. Let's just take a look at the card back. I won't bore you with the bio information there, just to summarize it. Basically, she has a cat mask with which, when she wears it, she can turn into a big cat, and she is a servant of Hordak, shows here on the card back, in his evil horde. And she's terribly jealous of She-Ra. Catra, jealous beauty. So I am now going to pop Catra open here and have a bit of a play around with her, give you my impressions and give you a closer look of her. See you in a minute. Here's a closer look at Catra, and she is a flippin' gorgeous. I am so in love with this figure. I may just have found the next Mrs. Webb right here. Glenn and Catra sitting in a tree. Kissing. Plus, of course, she transforms into a cat. Now, who wouldn't want that in a wife? Cooking, cleaning, good in bed, transforms into a cat. Ticks every box. Just turning her around here. She has, they have done a great job on the sculpting on the hair there. I really like the kind of flowing form that it has. It's very full as well. And this Catra pretty much follows the Filmation style guide. She's kind of stepping straight out of the She-Ra cartoon series, which I guess She-Ra is probably better remembered for the action figure / dolls that it spawned, as opposed to the cartoon itself. Now the cartoon really, I mean, is much more heavy on female characters, but stylistically it doesn't differ that much from the He-Man cartoon, and the She-Ra cartoon isn't as girly as the dolls that it spawned would make you think. And those dolls looked nothing like the characters did, the cartoon counterparts, so to speak. So really, even though there have been Catra figures, this really is the first one that looks anything like she did in the cartoon. And most importantly there, she has the horde symbol on her chest, which none of the figures ever did. They kind of, the She-Ra figures followed their own continuity, whereas in the cartoon it was kind of She-Ra and her rebellion against Hordak and his evil horde, whereas Catra was one of Hordak's lackeys. I think she was kind of maybe Horde Cat Force captain. And whereas in the figure series, the dolls, it was aside from Bo, it was an all-female line, so Catra was the kind of lead villain. So I have confessed my love for this Catra figure, but like any married couple, I do have a few complaints about my partner here. She's a great wife, but I'm afraid she's not the perfect wife. And the complaints I have are largely to do with her accessories. Now, like I said, the appearance of Catra itself and the costume step straight out of the cartoon, whereas her accessories are more of the Four Horsemen's nod towards the 80s vintage Catra figures. Which one of the signature of that series was all the figures came with a shield, which the Four Horsemen have replicated here. It is a really nice looking shield. There's a decent sculpting there of a cat's face, and has this jewel right there, which I don't know how they're selling these figures for $20. That beautiful jewel is worth $20 alone. But something I found is I'm not going to do it now. I've said it, but when I took this out of package, the jewel fell straight out of the shield. Now I've got the video camera on it. It's clinging to the shield for dear life, but unfortunately the glue didn't take in the way that it should have done. I promise you that gem did fall straight out when I unpackaged this figure. Now it's, like I said, it's clinging for dear life and making me look like an idiot. Anyway, that was a gripe. It suddenly doesn't seem as big a gripe as it did when it fell out. But no, it's stuck in there good and proper. Oh well, that was gripe number one. Number two, her sword here. I don't know if you can see, it has imperfections there where they've it's been deformed from the way it's been in the way it was packaged. That's kind of annoying. Otherwise it is a decent looking sword. Has a nice, again, the Four Horsemen can't get enough of the cat emblem. The handle has a cat's face there. So those are two gripes I have with the accessories. Otherwise, she comes with this removable mask. This is the mask as it appeared in the cartoon, which is a mask which sat on top of her head, and then when she wanted to transform into a giant cat, she placed the mask over her head. Cue transformation. And now the mask, you just seem to kind of wedge onto the face, and it kind of, the pressure of her face being squeezed in is the only thing that really seems to keep it on there. I guess my only comment, it's not really a criticism because I'm happy to have the CATRA figure on her own, but it would have been really cool if they had done a 2-pack. Maybe they could do this in the future, who knows, if there's the demand for it and enough of us are vocal about it. It would be great to have a 2-pack with CATRA and her in her cat form. I think that would be an awesome 2-pack to have. Just removing the mask there. It does come with a second mask which simulates much more the mask as it appeared in the vintage figure. I can't quite wedge that on. There it is. It's much more pussy-like in appearance. It does follow the same kind of silver paint scheme as her other accessories. So that's her second mask. And the final accessory, which is a further nod to the vintage She-Ra figures, comes with this whip. There is CATRA holding the whip accessory. Which the whip is also a comb. Now it's a kind of cute, nostalgic homage to the vintage figures, but kind of made sense, the vintage figures coming with a comb, because like My Little Ponies, they featured rooted hair which you could sit and brush till your heart's content, whereas kind of brushing hard plastic doesn't really have the same satisfaction. But I'll stop filming because I'm determined to stroke her plastic hair until I'm satisfied in some way, which may take a number of hours. I will catch you in the next video. As ever, comment, rate, subscribe. Bye.